And all through the freight, the audience sat and did patiently wait for the rafters to ring. Yes, that was their reason, to join in some songs, perhaps of the season, of snowman or mistletoe, or menorahs or Jesus, to comfort and soothe, to nourish and please us. But the very first song that the singers did choose was not of the season. It was all about booze. And it went like this. Dick Holdstock.
Oh, drink round right, boys, and never give more. Drink round right, boys, as you have done before. Oh, Boney has sent us a fresh reply. He swears that he will come and drink old England dry. If England would receive him, no taxes need be paid. We'd rather not believe him, for fear that he should lie, for fear that he should come and drink cold England dry. Swore he'd fight for his king, his country and his crown, king and country. He will fight until he dies. He'll fight before they'll come and drink old England dry. All on the high seas, 10,000 to 1 that we should not agree. The cannons they will rattle and the bullets swiftly fly before the day should come and drink old England dry.
Scratch that part off here. I was going to remind the audience to please sing along. Thank you. We are in Harmony's Way, and we love having people sing along with us. So let's make the rafters ring and all that. It's really great to see so many of you out here. So even if you don't know the words, just find one of us on stage that does and watch our mouths. It may be hard, but someone should know the words. So. Hey, if this next singer, if the world was a fair place, she would be very, very, very famous, more famous than Madonna. Wonderful singer. She's got a new album coming out in January called Old Jawbone that you can sign up for here tonight. And take it away, Sylvia, with this next really cool song.
Who will be the lady? Who will be the lord? When we are bound by the love of one another. lady, Adam is the Lord. When we are ruled by the love of one another, Eve is the lady, Adam is the Lord. In the light that is coming in the morning, sing John Ball and tell it to them all. Long live the day that is dawning, and I'll crow like a cock, I'll carol like a lark in the light that is coming in the morning. Labor and spin for fellowship, I say. Labor and spin for the love of one another. Labor and spin for fellowship, I say. And the light that is coming in the morning. Sing John Ball and tell it to them all. Long live the day that is dawning, and I'll crow like a cock, I'll carol like a lark in the light that is coming in the morning. All shall be ruled by fellowship, I say. When we are ruled by the love of one another, all shall be ruled by fellowship, I say, in the light that is coming in the morning. Sing John Ball and tell it to them all. Long live the day that is dawning, and I'll crow like a cock, I'll carol like a lark in the light that is coming in the morning. Sing John Ball and tell it to them all. Long live the day that is dawning, and I'll crow like a cock, I'll carol like a lark in the light that is coming in the morning.
Ricky Rackin, this next singer. Riggy Rackin, this next singer, has been on the folk scene for a long time. He was involved in the Castle Folk Club back in the 70s. And he's one of these really unique individuals who I get really mellow when I hear him sing. He has a way of taking sea shanties and mellowizing them. I'm trying to encourage him to do an album of meditational shanties. All yours, Riggy.
At W.D. Briggs, 1802. The glasses sparkle on the board, the wine is ruby bright, the rain of pleasure is restored, of ease and fond delight. The day is gone, the nights are on, so let us feast the soul. If any pain or care remain, any pain or care remain, let's drown it in the bowl. Let's drown it in the bowl. If any pain or care remains, let's drown it in the bowl. Let's drown it in the bowl. Let's drown it in the bowl. If any pain or care remains, let's drown it in the bowl. This world, they say, is a world of woe. This I do deny. Can sorrow from the goblet flow, or pain from beauty's eye? The wise are fools with all their rules, when joy they could control. If any pain or care remain, any pain or care remain, let's drown it in the bowl. Let's drown it in the bowl. If any pain or care sings, surely it is wise in rosy wine to dip his wings and seize him as he flies. The night is ours, so strewn with flowers, the moments as they roll. If any pain or care remain, any pain or care remain, let's drown it in the bowl. Let's drown it in the bowl. If any pain or care remains, let's drown it in the bowl. Let's drown it in the bowl. Let's drown it in the bowl. If any pain or care remains, let's drown it in the bowl.
Thank you. Peter Kasin is our next singer. Peter has caused me a lot of sore throats over the years. He has 3 CDs out that are really good car music, and what tends to happen with me is I put them on in my car and I sing at the top of my lungs, and when I reach my destination I can't talk. So, he has a very peculiar sense of humor, and about 6 hours ago I got my Christmas card from him, which contained an article, and the headline is Frito-Lasia, and Snackistan have severed diplomatic relations. Peter, go for it.
Follow that one. Follow yourself.
From the Georgia Sea Islands, variant of Michael Rowe's Over Shore, called Row Michael Row. Row Michael Row, hallelujah. Row Michael Row, hallelujah. Let's row the boat ashore, hallelujah. Let's row the boat ashore, hallelujah. We'll see how we do row, hallelujah. We'll see how we do row, hallelujah. Sister Mary, row your boat, hallelujah. Sister Mary, row your boat, hallelujah. Oh, row Michael, row, hallelujah. Oh, row Michael, row, hallelujah. Everybody try their chance, hallelujah. Everybody try their chance, hallelujah. Look, jump in the jolly boat, hallelujah. Jump in the jolly boat, hallelujah. Oh, row Michael, row, hallelujah. Row Michael, row, hallelujah. Oh, see how we do row, hallelujah. Oh, see how we do row, hallelujah. So row Michael, row, hallelujah. Oh, row Michael, row, hallelujah.
You may know this next singer from her appearances with the fiddle-piano duo of Pam and Swan. She also is known for her traveling to very, very, very exotic parts of the world and collecting songs. The Outer Hebrides of Scotland. She was in Cuba last year. She has been to the Georgia Sea Islands and a bunch of other places that I'm not remembering. She's also been, I wrote this down, in Inuit villages in the Arctic, collecting songs, which I think is a fascinating thing to do with one's life. She's going to sing a song called Hey Mandu now, which I believe is from Sri Lanka.
It's the one from Schenectady. It's
Take your time.
okay. I just want to give them this little piece of it. I'm going to give you the information first that this is a walking song. A lot of you have sung walking songs here before with me and with Christine Primrose, who did this one with me in Scotland. It's a really traditional song for filling the wool. So everybody's pounding wet wool on the table while they're singing it. And everybody around the table sings a chant, which you're going to sing along with these folks. And then once you've got the chant established really well, I'll weave the story in around the chant. So it's lovely. Thank you. So here's the chant 3 times. Hey Mandu, hey Mandu, hey Mandu. Hey Mandu, hey Mandu.
Hey Mandu,
Little part.
hear yo. Hey Mandu, hear yo. Hey Mandu, hear yo. Hey Mandu, hey Mandu.
Louder.
Hey Mandu,
Little part.
hear yo. Hey Mandu, hear yo. Hey Mandu, hear yo. Hey Mandu,
Una chica.
hey Mandu,
Chica miori.
hey Mandu,
Yes, DJ.
yo yo. Hey Mandu, hear yo. Hey Mandu, hear yo. Hey Mandu,
If only I had
hey
a
Mandu,
horse and a saddle.
hey Mandu,
Messenger a letter.
hear yo. Hey Mandu, hear yo. Hey Mandu, hear yo. Hey Mandu,
Streets I would sail.
hey Mandu,
Across the narrows.
hey Mandu,
Sound of I love.
hear yo. Hey Mandu, hear yo. Hey Mandu, hear yo. Hey Mandu,
If only I had
hey Mandu,
the crest of the saddle.
hey Mandu,
Call of the wild duck.
hear yo.
Fight the wild birds.
Hey Mandu, hear yo. Hey Mandu, hear yo. Hey Mandu,
I would enter
hey Mandu,
into the castle.
hey Mandu,
I would bring out
hear yo.
my dear sweetheart.
Hey Mandu, hear yo. Hey Mandu, hear yo. Hey Mandu,
Queen of chicken.
hey Mandu,
Chica miori.
hey Mandu,
Yes, DJ.
hear yo. Hey Mandu, hear yo. Hey Mandu, hear yo. Hey Mandu, hear yo. Hey Mandu, hear yo.
Thank you. Tom Wagner is our next singer. He's a member of the group Oak, Ash, and Thorn, which many of you have heard of. Wonderful a cappella trio. When I was a kid, I bought their LP, and I still have it. They're really great. And they're taking a hiatus. I'm informed they may be around again in January, but until then, here's Tom Wagner to sing a really cool old song. I'll stop now, Tom.
And it's not a drinking song. It's one from the Goldfields. And I pitched my tent on this campground. Few days, to give old Satan another round. And I am going home. I can't stay in these diggings. Few days, I can't stay in these diggings. And I am going home. A few more days of wind and rain. Few days. A few more can't stay in these diggings. Few days, Lord, I can't stay in these diggings, and I am going home. These banking thieves will not trust. Few days, but with me take my little dust, and I am going home. I can't stay in these diggings. Few days, Lord, I can't stay in these diggings, and I am going home. For 2 long years I've worked this claim. Few days, but I played my last hand in this game, and I am going home. I can't stay in these diggings. Few days, Lord, I can't stay in these diggings, and I am going home. A few more rolling years at most. Few days, and then I'll land on glory's coast, and I am going home. I can't stay in these diggings. Few days, Lord, I can't stay in these diggings, so I am going home. So I pitch my tent on this campground. Few days, just to give old Satan another round, and I am going home. I can't stay in these diggings. Few days, Lord, I can't stay in these diggings, and I am going home.
Well, it was 1929. One time the day that's away. It was 1929. Run, come see Jerusalem. Well, they was talking about storm on the island. Run, come see, run, come see. Yes, they was talking about storm on the island. Run, come see Jerusalem. There was 3 ships sailing from the harbor. Run, come see, run, come see. Yes, there was 3 ships sailing from the harbor. Run, come see Jerusalem. Well, a big wave hit the Pretoria.
Run, come see, run, come see.
Well, a big wave hit the Pretoria.
Run, come see Jerusalem.
There were 30 souls on the water.
Run, come see, run, come see.
There were 30 souls on the water.
Run, come see Jerusalem.
Well, the Pretoria sank to the bottom.
Run, come see,
what a terrible sight. Yes, the Pretoria sank to the bottom.
Run, come see Jerusalem.
There were 30 souls on the water.
Run, come see, run, come see.
They was drinking more booze than they ought to.
Run, come see Jerusalem.
So it was 1929.
Run, come see, run, come see.
So well, it was 1929.
Run, come see Jerusalem.
Yes, it was 1929.
Run, come see Jerusalem.
Thank you. I'd like to welcome our newest member. We have actually 2 new members here today. And they're equally new, so technically she's not our newest. She's one of our 2 newest, but you knew that anyway. So, Marla Fivich, when I first moved to the Bay Area, I lived near... long time. And I lived near the Plow and Stars on Clement Street. And I really hadn't heard Irish music yet, so I would go to the Plow and Stars really many times a night. And Marla was playing there quite regularly with Sylvia Herold. And I remember many evenings sitting on that little bench they have there with my beer, just with my mouth open, gawking at them and being totally starstruck because they were really, really good.
I thought your mouth was open drinking your beer.
That's true. And I was always worried that they would come over and try to talk to me during intermission, and I would just be too shy to say anything because I just looked up at them. And they've only gotten better. So here's Marla to sing a really great song called Pagan All, and we've had big discussions in the group about what era in history this song actually refers to, approximately, which period, and we just can't agree. So if you all have any ideas, talk to us at intermission. So Pagan All, Marla Feisch.
Thank you, Steve. Now, I'll tell you a funny thing about Steve in those days. He never had shoes on.
Shoeless Steve.
In 1801, pagan all. In 1801, pagan all. In 1801, pagan shoes was all I'd done. I'm gonna lay down my all, my pagan all. In 1802, pagan all. In 1802, pagan all. Pagan shoes was all I do. I'm gonna lay me down my all, my pagan all. In 1803, pagan all. In 1803, pagan all. Pagan shoes was all you'd see. I'm gonna lay me down my all, my pagan all. They've invented a new machine, pagan all. They've invented a new machine, pagan all. I peg one shoe, it pegs 15. I'm gonna lay me down my all, my pagan all. In 1804, pagan all. In 1804, pagan all. Pagan shoes, I'll do no more. I'm gonna lay me down my all, my pagan all. I'm gonna lay me down my all, my pagan all.
Every time I hear her sing that song, I get slightly more clarity about the time period it's referring to.
Got it narrowed down now, Steve?
Working on it. This next singer is a member of Ireland's first family of singers, and when I was a little boy, no. It's true though, a long time ago, I was in line at the Great American Music Hall, waiting in line to see the Black Family. And there's a big sign up there that says the Black Family, and a long line of people out front. And this African-American guy, young man, walks by and he looks up at the sign and he looks at all these white people waiting in line and we said, why are you laughing? He just was hysterically, he thought this was really funny. He says, I've never seen so many white people waiting in line to see the black family. Anyway, so here is Michael Black.
When first we met, complete awkward strangers, we did not know if we could be friends. But soon we come for to know each other, and now I know that we'll meet again. So here's to you and our time together. I will share with you a parting glass, and I bid adieu with some smiles and laughter. Our time apart will be short and past. We've talked of dreams and of new tomorrow, of yesterday and its dark despair. We've had our share of joy and laughter, and now I know that we'll meet again. So here's to you and our time together. I will share with you our parting glass, and I bid adieu with some smiles and laughter. Our time apart will be short and past. So here's to you and our time together. I will share with you a parting glass, and I'll bid adieu with some smiles and laughter. Our time apart will be short and past. Our time apart will be short and past.
This next singer, Kim Hughes, spent some time in Scotland working on her PhD, doing
I told Steve he could say what he liked, but
the rule was if you didn't email me your bio, you waive your right to complain. But she has
so
a
not a social asset.
She has a PhD in Scottish singing, and she's now going to sing a song that she discovered in an archive while doing her research on the Hebridean island of, yes, sorry.
Okay, well, I'll wipe that clean. I'm going to sing the hippopotamus song. My Flanders and Swan. You all know it. Yes. A bold hippopotamus was standing one day on the banks of the cool Shalimar. He gazed at the bottom as it peacefully lay by the light of the evening star. Away on a hilltop sat combing her hair a fair hippopotami maid. This hippopotamus was no ignoramus and sang her this sweet serenade. Bum, 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 my glorious, my entice from her seat on that hilltop above. As she hadn't got a ma to give her advice, came tiptoeing down to her love. Like thunder, the forest re-echoed the sound of the song that they sang as they met. His inamorata adjusted her gata and lifted her voice in duet. Bum, 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 mud, mud, glorious mud, nothing quite like it for cooling the blood. So follow me, follow, down to the hollow, and there in a swallowing glorious mud. Bum, bum, bum. Now more hippopotami began to convene on the banks of that river so wide. I wonder now, what am I to say of the scene that ensued by the Shalimar side? They dived all at once with an ear-splitting splosh, then rose to the surface again. A regular army of hippopotami, all singing this haunting refrain. Bum, 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 mud, mud, glorious mud, nothing quite like it for cooling the blood. So follow me, follow, down to the hollow, and there let us swallow in glorious mud.
Lonnie Herman is our next singer, and when I first moved to the Bay Area about 18 years ago, really this is, I'm realizing I keep talking about a long time ago, but hey, that's what happens when you get old.
In this
But
case, it's
Was it a galaxy far, far away?
I don't get that. But like I was saying, when I first moved to the Bay Area, I met Lonnie, and for some reason I got the idea, the belief, that Lonnie had written a book of rounds and published them. And so for the next 15 or 16 years, whenever her name came up in conversation, I would tell people, oh, Lonnie, she wrote a book of rounds. And I was always very surprised when even her best friends didn't know that. And I was terribly embarrassed to find out a couple years ago that it wasn't true. So if any of you are under the impression that Lonnie has written a book of rounds, I apologize. I'm trying to get her to write a book of rounds so I can stop feeling bad. But Lonnie had a very interesting experience. One of the things that she does really well is she writes songs that sound like they're very, very old. And a few years ago, while she was doing her travels...
They sound that way to you.
Yes, they do. And she was doing some travels in Hawaii, and she found an old vellum scroll from the 1st century. And it contained a story that had been considered for inclusion in the New Testament. But it was, seriously, it was suppressed by the Council of Nicaea. And Lonnie this is a story about the earliest moments of Christianity, and Lonnie has devoted much of her life, when she's not hopefully working on that book of rounds, she's devoted a big part of her life to telling this story about the earliest moments of Christianity. So
how it really
go for
happened.
it, Lonnie. How it really happened. This is Lonnie Herman's version of the Da Vinci Code.
This is a line for you too. Joseph was an old man, and an old man was he, but still he courted Mary to gain a family. But still he courted Mary to gain a family. One day they were walking along so carefully, when Mary cries, please Joseph, a pickle for me. 2 miles to the nearest deli is too many for me.
2 miles to the nearest deli is too many for me.
I must have a pickle or I shall go wild. And by the way, Joseph, we have a little child.
And by the way, Joseph, we have a little child.
And Joseph in anger jumped up and also down. This isn't even kosher, you've been fooling around.
It isn't even kosher, you've been fooling around.
Then up piped little Jesus from in his mother's tent. Please, Dad, give her a pickle and stop this argument.
Please, Dad, give her a pickle and stop this argument.
And as they stood amazed by the side of the road, a tree all full of pickles meant that
a tree all full of pickles and down its heavy load.
On Mary showered pickles, both great and small, and they bent down together and gathered them all.
And they bent down together and gathered them all.
So Mary got her pickle and Joseph a son. In peace and contentment they lived everyone.
In peace and contentment they lived everyone.
That's how that really happened. Doug Olson is our next singer. He's also a member of that awesome trio, Oak, Ash, and Thorn. And Doug is the envy of a lot of us because he and the trio once sang for an audience of 40,000 people. It was an A's versus Diamondbacks game. Seriously, and they were the opening act.
That's the one. This is a wassail song. Wassailing goes back in England many, many centuries. The term itself is Anglo-Saxon. And this particular version comes from a little parish called Herold. It has a reference, it has a couple references which are peculiar. One is a food called horops. I have no idea what horops are. I would love to know.
Sounds delicious.
It sounds wassailers will eat them, and wassailers will probably eat anything. The other
Nothing to do
reference...
with polyps, is it?
No, I don't think so.
Those very good skinny things that come under the fish.
The other reference is to the Great Dog of Langport, and this is possibly a reference to the time when King Alfred turned back the Danes of the year 870. Or perhaps not. Wassail and wassail all over the town. Our toast it is white and our ale it is brown. Our bowl it is made of the good old ashen tree, and so is our beer of the best of barley. To you a wassail, and a jolly wassail. I am joy come to our jolly wassail. Oh, master and mistress are sitting by your fire, while we poor wassail boys do trudge through the mire. For you an oaken fire for to keep your bodies warm, and a drop or two of cider won't do us any harm. To you a wassail, and a jolly wassail. I am joy come to our jolly wassail. Oh maid, now, oh maid, with the silver-headed pin, pray come unto the door and let us all come in. Pray come unto the door and show your pretty face, for we are truly weary of standing in this place. To you a wassail, and a jolly wassail. I am joy come to our jolly wassail. Oh, master and mistress are sitting at your feast. Remember the poor and ourselves not the least. Pray set upon your table your white bread and your cheese, and share with us your roast beef, your porrups and your pies. To you a wassail, and a jolly wassail. I am joy come to our jolly wassail. The great dog of Langport, he burnt his long tail, and this is the night we go singing wassail. And if we're alive for another New Year, perhaps we shall call and see who is living here. To you a wassail, and a jolly wassail. I am joy come to our jolly wassail.
Our next singer is a woman named Penny Boys. She is also our newest member. We have two, as I told you. Penny is from Australia, and it reminds me, every time I look at her, I think of this Benny Hill episode I once saw. It's not when I look at her, it's just an Australian kind of thing. Benny Hill once had this. You know Benny Hill, the very, very crude English comedian.
Yes.
I used to really love him. I still do. Very, very crude. Anyway, he once had this short, elderly, bald cowboy from Australia come on his show to sing cowboy songs. And when he introduced him, he said, he doesn't look like very much, but he's very big down under. Well, this has nothing to do with the next song.
I can say right now that my parents wouldn't let us watch Benny Hill.
Why is
It
that?
was a band. So I can't recall that particular skit. This is a song by an Australian songwriter called Don Henderson. It's called A Rake and a Rambling Man, and you may have heard of another famous Australian song, Once a Jolly Swagman. Well, A Rake and a Rambling Man is basically a swagman who's, between the wars, very many people were very poor, and they really travelled the roads and just picked up where they could. I am a rake and a rambling man, fortune I fall to where I can. Would I be, could I be other than a rake that's a rambling man? I travel far, I travel wide, from where winds spring to where winds blow. And if I walk and if I ride, it doesn't matter as long as I go. Stay with the friends that I have made, stay with the rich and the poor. No welcome has been overstayed, I never linger too long for. I'm a rake that's a rambling. I am a rake and a rambling man, fortune I fall to where I can. Would I be, could I be other than a rake that's a rambling man? Seldom we meet, but now and then I recognize that there are more policemen than never were rambling men. What does I borrow, I quickly return. I am a man and free. Long years go by and the lesson is learned that in the jail no one can be a rake that's a rambling. I am a rake and a rambling man, fortune I fall to where I can. Would I be, could I be other than a rake that's a rambling man? And the day. Prize at the secret silent night's hold, 2,000 miles and 10 towns away. Names fade and fall from the story that's told. Walk into wind whips at the footfall, night breezes soft and soon spend. Who can't love one might better love all. What cares at all for a farewell that went with a ray that's a rambling man?
I am a ray, a rambling man. Fortune I fall to where I can. Would I be, could I be other than a ray that's a rambling man?
I travel wide, from where winds spring to where winds blow. For every hill has an unseen side. Crossroads or quarrel, there are 4 ways to go. Perhaps it'll be that I'll never know fame. Maybe again I will. Bright lights might never write of my name, but it won't matter if I am still a rake that's a rambling man.
I am a rake and a rambling man. Fortune I fall to where I can. Would I be, could I be other than a rake that's a rambling man? I am a rake and a rambling man. Fortune I fall to where I can. Would I be, could I be other than a rake that's a rambling man?
We're going to do one more song and then take a short wee break. But before we do that, I need to alert you that we used to have our CDs for sale here, but we decided to strategically place them between you and the exit. So they're now in the back, and we have a CD that we put out a long time ago called In Harmony's Way, which is our group name in case you happen to come across the freight tonight by accident. That's us. And we also have a lot of people here who've recorded a lot of CDs, and those are there also for sale. And these CDs have been...
round book.
Lonnie's round book. You can take orders for Lonnie's round book, yes. The CDs are designed to fit in stockings, so you know what to do. Okay. The next singer, Shea Black, it would probably be an exaggeration to say that he is single-handedly responsible for the election of Barack Obama. However, he helped a lot. And this afternoon, I went on YouTube and checked the stats on his Barack Obama is Irish clip, and they are up to 41,332 hits as of 2 o'clock this afternoon. That's almost 1 million. Good job.
We thought we'd sing that for you tonight.
Yeah!
We're not going to sing on any other song, please sing on this one. And by the way,
Make you feel good.
Yeah, makes you feel good. And by the way, and when you go home, click on YouTube, get it up to that million. I've got a bottle of champagne in the fridge. Anyway, since we've been singing this, and for those who don't know the story, we recorded this down in the Starry Plough before the election, and since then it's amorphized in very many different ways, and a couple of weeks ago we sang all 21 verses of the song that people have added to. I'm not going to sing 21 verses tonight, but we are going to sing the YMCA version of it, which at the end goes Tooraloo, Toorales, Tooralay, Tooralama. There's no one as Irish as Barack Obama. O'Leary, O'Reilly, O'Hara, O'Hara. There's no one as Irish as Barack Obama. From the old Blarney Stone to the green hills of Tara, there's no one as Irish as Barack Obama. O'Leary, O'Reilly, O'Hara, O'Hara. There's no one as Irish as Barack Obama. From the old Blarney
to the green hills of Tara. There's no one as Irish as Barack Obama.
You don't believe me, I hear you say, but Barack's as Irish as was JFK. His granddaddy came from Moneygall, a village in Offaly, well known to you all.
O'Leary, O'Reilly, O'Hara and O'Hara, there's no one as Irish as Barack Obama. From the old Blarney Stone to the green hills of Tara, there's no one as Irish as Barack Obama.
His mam's daddy's granddaddy was one full McCartney. He's as Irish as any from the lakes of Killarney. His mam come from a long line of great Irish mamas. There's no one as Irish as Barack Obama.
O'Leary, O'Reilly, O'Hara and O'Hara, there's no one as Irish as Barack Obama. From the old Blarney Stone to the green hills of Tara, there's no one as Irish as Barack Obama.
He looks after his own, a true son of St. Patrick. He chose as his mate Joe Biden, a Catholic, Protestants, Jews, Muslims, even the Dalai Lama. No, there's no one as Irish as Barack Obama.
O'Leary, O'Reilly, O'Hara and O'Hara, there's no one as Irish as Barack Obama. From the old Blarney Stone to the green hills of Tara, there's no one as Irish as Barack Obama.
Our Barack's a hero, I've heard you say. Kenyan to Fenian, the American way. He's to Holland, Leongo, not Vishnu or Brahma. There's no one as Irish as Barack Obama.
O'Leary, O'Reilly, O'Hara and O'Hara, there's no one as Irish as Barack Obama. From the old Blarney Stone to the green hills of Tara, there's no one as Irish as Barack Obama.
Well, the name is a name, and there's no doubt about it. But Barack Obama's name, you can shout it, whether apostrophe or inverted comma. There's no one as Irish as Barack Obama.
O'Leary, O'Reilly, O'Hara and O'Hara, there's no one as Irish as Barack Obama. From the old Blarney Stone to the green hills of Tara, there's no one as Irish as Barack Obama.
2009 and the White House is green. They're cheering from Mayo to Old Skibbereen, from Kenya to Yokohama. They're cheering